Can I plaster my own swimming pool? That's a question that I get asked a lot from concrete pool owners who are looking at renovation costs that are a lot of money and they're trying to find a way around it. Maybe they considered painting their pool, and the truth is it's a bit of a compromise and maybe not such a good idea. And so you look towards a pool plaster, you get a price for it. In some areas, it's a lot of money to get a pool plaster, and that's really what you should get for a concrete pool when it needs a new interior surface. So you maybe will do it yourself. You're kind of a do it yourself person. You usually find a way of getting things done. How about a pool plaster? I don't think it can be done. A pool plaster is more of a skill than a process, let's say. And you can't just kill it with labor, have three times as many guys and we'll get through the day, camaraderie and teamwork. It just doesn't work like that. A pool plaster it's really about three guys or so, or four people that really know what they're doing on a big pool. They have to know how to mix plaster. They have to know how to prep the surface, when the surface is wet enough versus when it's too dry, when to put the plaster on, what time to get started. Is this plaster a little bit too wet or is it a little bit too dry? There's so many things that you could do wrong. And over and above that, supposing you just magically had all the answers that experience would normally provide, it's a physical skill. When you go to trowel this plaster, you will not be able to make it look good. And the guys who are good at it make it look like magic, but you can't seem to make it happen. And that's pretty much how it is. Even if you have some guys on site or some people on site who are specifically skilled with a trowel, most concrete finishers do flat work only. Swimming pools are not flat work. It's a different process. The plaster's only a half inch thick. It's a different thing. And it takes practice and experience to do. And it's not the type of thing you can pick away at every weekend. It needs to be done all in one shot. And that's kind of the catch with pool plaster. You need to put it all on in one shot. You need to let it set up until it's hard. And then you need to fill the pool with water. And it just doesn't really lend itself to being a do-it-yourself process. And there's a couple of products on the market that kind of try to appeal towards the do-it-yourself person trying to plaster your own pool. It's really just not something that I personally endorse or professionally endorse for concrete swimming pools. This is one of the limitations. Like, you need to look towards the professionals. You don't need to plaster your pool every 3 years. But when it comes time, I really think that's a project that's better left to the professionals than a do-it-yourself approach, because I just don't see how you have success with it trying to do it yourself. If you found this information helpful, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you can check out my website, swimmingpoolsteve.com.